Hello, welcome to Maths with Mr. B. Today I was going to talk about multiplying. There's a couple of things you need to know before tackling this sort of multiplication. The first is you need to be able to add. So if you can't do that, go away and watch the addition video. And the other thing is your basic times tables. You need your times tables 1 to 9 only. If you know them and can add, then you'll be able to multiply any number, doesn't matter how big, how small, with decimals using this method. There's lots of different ways you can multiply. This is probably the safest way. You can get quicker doing other methods, but if you just want to know how to multiply any number, this method is going to work. It's called the grid method, and what you basically do, say if we've got here 24 times 367, what you do is basically draw a window, and it's got to be the size of these numbers here. So we've got 2 digits here and 3 digits here. So you draw a 2 by 3 window. So if we do that, it doesn't matter which way you go, but we have a 2 by 3 window. And then you split these into their place values. If you're not entirely sure on the place value, just say the number to yourself and you write it down as you go. So this 24 here is going to go here, and as we say it, 24. So we write down 20 and we write down 4. Here we've got 367, so we write that down. 367. Then, for this box here, you're basically looking at the two connecting numbers. So we're going to do 20 times 300. We don't even need to do that though. Strip off the zeros and just do 2 times 3. So 2 times 3 is 6. And then you count how many zeros you basically ignored. We ignored 1 there, 2, 3, and you put them back in again. So for this box here, we've got 2 6s are 12 with 1 2 zeros. And this one here, 2 7s are 14, and we missed off that 0, so we put it back on at the end. We keep going. 3 4s are 12 with a couple of zeros, 4 6s, 24 with a 0, and 4 7s are 28. So to get the answer, we just need to add all those up. You could write them as a big addition in 6, which is fine, but the bigger these get, the more mistakes you're likely to make. You may get the columns slightly out of position and just make mistakes. So if you can add these in your head as you go, it becomes a little easier. So for instance, I know that 6,000 plus 1,200 is 7,200. And I might look to add these again, so that it'll be 1,440. And then here I've got 168. If you can't, doesn't matter, it just makes it a little bit easier. So then we can add this, and we've got 8, 0 down, carry the 1, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 8. So that is your answer. So you can do this for any size number. As you can see, it get bigger, even smaller numbers. So say if you've just got to do 13 times by 4, for argument's sake, this would be a 2 by 1 window. So 13 you'd split into your place values 10 and 3, and the 4 would go there, and then you've just got 40, 12, and you can add them up to make 52. So that's kind of it. With decimals, it is very easy as well. If we look at this first question, if say we were going to do instead 2.4 times by 3.67, so up here, what you do is ignore the decimals. So you rewrite that number as we've just done here. You would then go through the same multiplication. So we're going to do 24 times 367. So you get to here. Then you look at the original sum, which is up here, and you count how many numbers are after each decimal point. So we've got the decimal point here, we've got one number there, another decimal point here, and we've got 2 numbers there. So in total, this original question has 1, 2, 3 numbers after the decimal point. So your answer has to have the same thing. So we look here, and if we put the decimal here, it's 3 numbers after the decimal point. And that's basically it. With that, you can do anything, even if it looks ridiculously hard. So 1.73 multiplied by 0.24. We ignore the decimal. So we're going to rewrite this as 173 times by 24. We do our 3 by 2 grid, split that into its place values, 173, 24. And then we go 1, 2 is 2 with 1, 2, 3 zeros, 2 sevens are 14 with 2 zeros, 3 2s are 6 with a 0, 1 4 is 4 with a couple of zeros, 4 sevens, 28 with a 0, 3 4s are 12. Then we add them up, so we've got 2,400, what's that, 1,680, and then 72. Add them, gives us 2, 5 down, carry the 1, 11, carry the 1, 4. So we've got a 4152. Now we look at the original. It had 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers after the decimal point. So here we've got the 4 numbers. They've got to occur after the decimal. So the decimal point goes here and we stick a 0 in the front. So you can see with a bit of playing around, that will cater for any number. You may have to fill it in with leading zeros, but that's that. So that's multiplying it. Like I say, go back, practice your addition, practice your times tables up to 9, and then using this you can multiply any number, doesn't matter how big or small. Okay?